Have you ever stood in front of the mirror and thought, where did the time go? Maybe your knees don't bend like they used to, or your energy fades a little quicker than before. Aging sneaks up on all of us, but here's the beautiful truth. Growing older doesn't mean growing weaker. In fact, with the right habits, you can feel stronger, more vibrant, and even add more healthy years to your life. Now, we often talk about big lifestyle changes, eating right, staying active, getting enough rest. And yes, those things matter. But sometimes it's the smallest daily routines that have the biggest impact. And today we're going to focus on something we do every single day: washing. Not just for cleanliness, but for longevity. Yes, you heard that right. Keeping certain parts of your body clean isn't just about hygiene. It can protect your health, boost your confidence, and even help you live longer. In this video, we're diving into 5 specific body parts that need your daily attention. And no, it's not just your face or hands. Some of these might surprise you, but they all play a crucial role in keeping you healthy as you age. So let's ease into this together and talk about the first one. Let's begin with something that's often overlooked: your feet. Think about how much your feet do for you. They carry you through your day, support your weight, and help you stay balanced. But when was the last time you gave them a little extra care? For many older adults, feet can become a source of problems, from dry, cracked skin to fungal infections, or even worse, unnoticed wounds that lead to serious complications, especially for those with diabetes or circulation issues. Washing your feet daily with warm water and gentle soap helps prevent these issues before they start. But the real key is what happens after the wash. Always dry them completely, especially between the toes. Moisture left behind creates the perfect environment for bacteria and fungi to thrive. And while you're at it, take a moment to inspect them. Look for any cuts, redness, or changes in color. These small observations can make a big difference in catching issues early. There's also something therapeutic about caring for your feet. It's a way of saying, I still value every step I take. And if you're someone who wears slippers or socks most of the day, it's even more important to make sure those toes are clean and dry. You'll notice the difference, not just in how your feet feel, but in how you move. Less pain, more stability, a stronger sense of confidence with every step. Now let's shift our attention a little higher, to a place most people don't talk about openly, but one that deserves just as much care: your underarms. It might seem simple, just a quick rinse during your shower and you're good to go, right? But your underarms do more than sweat. They're home to a unique collection of sweat glands and bacteria, which can lead to odor, irritation, and even skin infections if not properly cleaned. Especially as we age, our skin becomes more sensitive. Hormonal changes and certain medications can affect the way we sweat, and even the way our skin reacts to products like deodorants. That's why it's important to not only wash your underarms daily, but to do it gently. Use a mild, fragrance-free soap and warm water. Don't scrub too hard. The skin here is thinner than you might think. And here's a tip most people miss. After washing and drying your underarms, try leaving them bare for a bit before applying any deodorant or cream. Let the skin breathe. Give it time to reset. This simple step can reduce irritation and help your skin stay balanced. Clean underarms aren't just about smelling fresh. They're about maintaining a healthy barrier against infection and inflammation. As we get older, we often become more vulnerable to skin issues, and not just in obvious places. Warm, dark, and damp areas like the underarms are breeding grounds for bacteria, and even small infections can become big problems if ignored. So be gentle, but be consistent. You'll feel fresher, cleaner, and more comfortable, even during the warmer months. Before we move on, let's pause for a moment. These habits, washing your feet, taking care of your underarms, they're not just chores on a checklist. They're small, loving acts of self-care. They remind your body, I'm still paying attention, I still care. And trust me, your body responds to that. When you treat it with care, it gives back in energy, in strength, and in peace of mind. Now that we've covered these first 2 areas, let's keep the momentum going. There's another part of the body that deserves just as much daily care, especially as we age. Now think about this for a moment. How often do we actually pay attention to the parts of our body that don't scream for attention? Most of us do the basics. We wash our face, our hands, we shower, but there are certain areas that get missed far too often. And over time, ignoring them can quietly chip away at our health, our comfort, and yes, even our longevity. Let's talk about an area that's easy to overlook but incredibly important: your feet. Now, you might be thinking, of course I wash my feet when I shower. But here's the thing. Many of us just let the water run over them and call it a day. But our feet, especially as we age, need more care than that. They carry our entire weight every single day. They're enclosed in socks and shoes for hours, and unfortunately, they're a hotspot for bacteria and fungus if not properly cleaned and dried. Here's why it matters. When you're over 60, your skin becomes thinner and more fragile. Any small cut or crack in the feet, especially around the heels or between the toes, can become an entry point for infection. And if you're living with diabetes or poor circulation, that risk is even higher. An unnoticed cut can lead to serious complications down the line. So, every day, make it a habit to wash your feet thoroughly. Don't just rely on the soapy water trickling down in the shower. Gently scrub the bottoms between the toes and around the heels. And here's the real secret: dry them well. Dampness is what fungus and bacteria love the most, so use a soft towel and take your time. If reaching your feet feels challenging due to mobility issues, try sitting on a shower bench or using a long-handled brush. And don't forget to moisturize afterward, especially if you notice any dryness or cracking. Healthy feet help you stay mobile, and staying mobile is one of the most powerful ways to maintain independence as you age. Now let's move upward a bit, to a place that's even easier to ignore because frankly it's hidden. I'm talking about the navel, or as most of us call it, the belly button. It might seem like such a small, harmless area, but here's the truth. The belly button is one of the warmest, darkest, and most enclosed parts of your body, and it's a perfect hiding spot for bacteria, sweat, dirt, and even lint. Over time, that can create not only an unpleasant odor but also a breeding ground for infections. This is especially true if you have a deeper navel or limited mobility. And if you've ever noticed any redness, itching, or discomfort around that area, it could be a sign that it needs a bit more attention during your daily wash. So, what should you do? Just use a washcloth or a soft cotton swab with warm water and mild soap. Be gentle. There's no need to scrub hard. Clean the inside of your navel and then dry it thoroughly afterward. It takes just a few seconds but can prevent irritation, odor, and infection. And here's something many don't realize. Keeping the navel clean can also help reduce the chances of yeast buildup, especially in warmer climates or during summer. If you're using lotion or oils on your belly area, make sure they don't get trapped inside the navel either. It's one of those tiny things that can make a big difference in how fresh and comfortable you feel throughout the day. Now, while we're on the topic of hidden but important areas, let's talk about the ears, but not the part most people think of. Sure, many of us wipe around the outer ear when we wash our face, but the area behind the ears often gets completely ignored. Why does that matter? Because the skin behind your ears produces oil and sweat just like any other part of your body. Over time, that can lead to a buildup of grime, especially if you wear glasses or hearing aids. And if it's not cleaned regularly, it can cause irritation or even infections. Have you ever noticed an odd smell or felt a waxy texture when you touched behind your ear? That's your body asking for a little more attention in that spot. Washing behind your ears is simple, but it does require a little intention. Use warm water and a bit of mild soap, and gently clean behind each ear with your fingers or a soft washcloth. Pay attention to the folds in the skin, especially if you've got sensitive skin or wear accessories like glasses. Then, as always, dry the area well. And if you wear hearing aids, make it part of your routine to clean not just behind your ears but also around the area where the device rests. That can help prevent any irritation or pressure spots, and it helps your devices stay clean and function better too. Caring for these smaller areas might not seem like much, but when you make it a daily habit, it becomes a form of self-respect. You're telling your body, I see you, I care about your health. And that mindset? That's what helps you feel younger, stay healthier, and enjoy more of the life you've worked so hard to build. So the next time you step into the shower or wash up in the morning, pause for a moment. Think about your feet, your navel, and behind your ears, not just as body parts, but as silent partners that keep you steady, balanced, and moving forward every day. Give them the care they deserve. And just like that, you're already building the foundation for a stronger, healthier you, one simple daily wash at a time. Now let's move on to something you probably haven't heard anyone talk about much, but it's surprisingly important: your underarms. Yes, we all know they're the main source of body odor. But did you know that as you age, your sweat composition actually changes? It can become thicker and the skin under your arms can become more delicate. That combination makes daily hygiene in this area even more critical, not just for freshness, but for health. You see, under your arms is where two things meet: sweat glands and hair follicles. Add in warmth and moisture, and you've got a perfect breeding ground for bacteria. That's what causes odor, but it can also lead to clogged pores, irritation, and even painful lumps if not taken care of properly. So, how do you wash under your arms effectively? Gently, but thoroughly. Use warm water and a mild soap, not something harsh that'll strip your skin. Use your fingertips or a soft washcloth to clean the entire area, not just a quick swipe. Pay special attention to the folds and edges where sweat and deodorant can build up. And here's something most people forget: rinse well. Leftover soap or deodorant residue can actually irritate the skin over time. After drying, if you use deodorant, go for one that's gentle and made for sensitive skin. If you're dealing with odor even after washing, it might be a sign that you need to exfoliate that area once or twice a week to remove dead skin cells and buildup. It sounds simple, but caring for your underarms daily does more than just prevent odor. It helps you feel more confident, more comfortable, and more in control of your body. Now, we've come to the fifth and final area, and in many ways, it's the most personal. But it's also one of the most essential for long-term health. I'm talking about your private areas. This is a sensitive topic, but it's something that deserves attention, especially as we age. Hormonal changes, medication side effects, and reduced mobility can all affect how clean and comfortable we feel down there. And too many people either overdo it or ignore it altogether. Here's the truth: this area needs daily cleaning, but it also needs gentle care. The skin is more delicate, the balance of bacteria is more sensitive, and using the wrong products can cause irritation, dryness, or infections like UTIs or yeast imbalances. So what should you do? Use plain warm water and a mild unscented soap on the outer areas only. Avoid using strong soaps, harsh chemicals, or perfumed products. And never wash inside the body, just around the outside. For women, the vagina is self-cleaning. For men, make sure to clean under the foreskin if uncircumcised, and always dry the area completely before putting on clothing. If mobility is an issue, consider using a handheld shower head or sitting down for more control. And if you wear adult briefs or pads, hygiene becomes even more important to prevent rashes, irritation, or infections. Change frequently, clean gently, and use barrier creams if needed. Taking care of this area is not just about cleanliness. It's about preserving dignity, comfort, and self-respect. It's about preventing problems that can quietly grow over time. And when you do it daily, it becomes second nature, just another step in your routine that supports your independence. So there you have it, 5 body parts that need your attention every single day. Your feet, your navel, behind your ears, under your arms, and your private areas. They may not be glamorous, but they are the quiet protectors of your health and comfort. And when you treat them with care, you're not just washing your body, you're investing in your well-being. It's never too late to start small. A few mindful moments each day can make a world of difference. You deserve to feel fresh, clean, confident, and to keep living life on your own terms.